Welcome to English Amplify. Today we explore Ikigai, the Japanese secret to a life lived with meaning, simplicity, and emotional purpose. There are some ideas in life that do not shout loudly. They do not come with pressure. They do not rush you. They simply sit quietly inside the heart, waiting to be discovered. Ikigai is one of those ideas. It is not a goal. It is not success. It is not achievement. Ikigai is the gentle reason you wake up in the morning with a softer heart, not with fear or duty, but with a quiet sense of meaning. Most people pass through life trying to survive each day, but Ikigai invites you to live each day. It is not about chasing something far in the future. It is about finding value in the present moment. Something small, something simple, something honest, something that makes life feel worth living. Ikigai is not found in big moments. It hides in the little ones. It hides in a conversation that makes you feel seen. It hides in a hobby that makes you forget time. It hides in the deep breath you take when you feel aligned with yourself. Ikigai is not chosen by the mind. It is felt by the soul. And once you experience it, even for a short moment, you begin to understand that meaning was never outside. Meaning was always inside you, waiting to be touched, waiting to be lived, waiting to be honored. Ikigai is that feeling when you stop living in survival mode and start living in purpose mode, even if the purpose is small. Life does not become meaningful once everything becomes perfect. Life becomes meaningful when you discover that one small reason to keep walking, something that lights you from the inside, gently, without force. Now that we understand what Ikigai truly is, the next part becomes clearer when we look at how Japanese people actually live this truth in real life. There is something unique about the way Japanese people relate to life. They do not chase age. They respect age. They do not rush time. They flow with time. In the small island of Okinawa, people do not retire the same way the world retires. They do not say, "My work is finished." They do not separate life into before work and after work. They keep doing small, meaningful things, even when their hair turns white, because for them, life never becomes empty. As long as there is purpose, there is aliveness. Ikigai lives in this delicate space, purpose that stays gentle, not forced. In Okinawa, people live long not because of a perfect diet, not because of medicine, not because of money, but because they wake up with a reason to continue. They have a reason to get out of bed every morning. They have something they care about, something that still matters, something that still calls them forward. This emotional purpose keeps their heart young even when their body grows old. It is not about chasing big dreams. It is about nurturing small joys that give your existence meaning. When you have a reason to continue, your cells listen, your body listens, your spirit listens. The heart remains calm. The mind remains peaceful. Life slows down. You do not live fast. You live deep. And that depth is what gives life length. Ikigai teaches us that purpose is not a luxury. It is oxygen for the soul. People do not live long because they fear death. They live long because they love life. Now that we have seen the power of purpose in action, the next part becomes clear. We must understand the 4 elements that shape where Ikigai grows. When we look deeper into the heart of Ikigai, we discover something quietly powerful. It is not formed by one single part of life. It is formed by the gentle intersection of 4 areas. These 4 areas do not compete with each other. They come together to reveal your inner direction. You discover your Ikigai when you find the balance between what you love, what you are good at, what the world needs, and what can sustain your life. When these 4 come together, even in small ways, there is a spark inside you. That spark is Ikigai. Life is not asking you to find a perfect balance. Life is only asking you to notice where these 4 areas naturally meet. Because your Ikigai often lies in the overlap you have already lived but never paid attention to. Most people try to find answers in the complicated and the dramatic, but Ikigai invites you to find meaning in your own simple truth. You do not need to change yourself to find Ikigai. You only need to see yourself clearly. The more honest you become with your desires, your strengths, your contribution, and your needs, the closer you move to the core of your purpose. Ikigai is not discovered by force. It appears when you finally stop lying to yourself about what you truly want. Now that we understand the foundation of Ikigai through these 4 elements, the next idea becomes even clearer. We must explore the state where Ikigai is felt the strongest: flow. There are moments in life when you are doing something and time seems to disappear. You are not thinking about the clock. You are not thinking about the result. You are not thinking about who is watching you. You are simply absorbed in the activity itself. This state is called flow, and it is one of the core experiences of Ikigai. Flow is when the present moment becomes so rich that you lose the sense of effort. You are not pushing yourself. You are not trying to prove yourself. You are simply being fully in what you are doing. Flow happens when what you love meets what you are good at, and when the challenge is just enough to stretch you, but not so much that it breaks you. In flow, your mind is clear, your emotions are steady, your attention becomes sharp like a quiet blade. When you are in flow, it feels like your purpose is not something you think about. It becomes something you live inside, without analysis. This is why flow is deeply connected to Ikigai, because Ikigai is not an idea, it is a lived feeling. People in Okinawa experience flow in simple activities: gardening, cooking, calligraphy, fishing, singing, or even brewing tea. These activities are not productivity tasks. They are joy tasks. They are not done to reach a goal. They are done because they enrich the experience of being alive. In flow, your mind rests, your heart breathes, and your soul reconnects with that soft inner purpose that makes life feel meaningful, not someday, but right now. Ikigai is not found in achieving more. Ikigai is found in sinking into what already makes you feel alive in this moment. Now that we have explored how flow makes Ikigai feel real, the next part becomes even clearer. Ikigai also grows from the relationships and social circles that support our spirit. When you observe the longest living people in places like Okinawa, you notice something deeply human. They do not live their lives alone. They stay surrounded by people who care. They stay connected. They laugh together. They cook for each other. They share stories. They belong. This sense of belonging is not a luxury. It is a foundation. Because human beings are not designed to carry life alone. We are shaped by the people who stand around us. Ikigai does not grow well in isolation. It grows inside community, inside relationships that carry warmth, inside conversations that make you feel seen. When you have people to share your time with, even small joys multiply. A simple meal tastes better when eaten with someone else. A walk becomes meaningful when done with another soul. A problem becomes lighter when shared with a friend who listens without judgment. In Okinawa, people form close groups, moai, small circles of friends who stay emotionally connected for decades. They check on each other. They support each other. They remind each other that they are not alone in this world. Connection is medicine for the heart. It lowers stress. It strengthens the immune system. It creates emotional safety. And emotional safety is one of the strongest roots of Ikigai. When you have people who stand with you, even if it is just one or two, the world becomes less frightening. The heart becomes more secure, and the meaning of life feels steadier. Purpose does not grow in isolation. It grows in the soft presence of those who remind you that your existence matters. Ikigai is not only about what you do. It is also about who you share your life with. Now that we understand how connection feeds meaning, the final part becomes clear. Ikigai lasts when you still feel useful, even as you grow old. In modern life, many people count their years, but they do not feel their years. They survive days instead of living them. They wake up without inner direction. And when life loses meaning, the body begins to feel heavier. The spirit becomes tired. The mind loses its brightness. But in Ikigai, the secret to a long life is not just diet and lifestyle. It is the feeling that you still matter, that you are still needed, that you still have a role, even if it is small. Human beings live longer when they feel useful. In Okinawa, elders are not pushed to the side. They are not treated as finished chapters. They are not told to step away from life. Instead, they are given small roles. They contribute in simple ways. They share wisdom. They plant vegetables. They teach young children. They help prepare food. They fix small things in the community. They stay involved. Their days are not empty. They still have purpose, and that purpose keeps them emotionally alive. It protects them from loneliness. It strengthens their identity. It reminds them that they still belong to something larger than themselves. Ikigai teaches us, the moment you stop contributing, even in a small way, your spirit begins to fade. But when you have a reason to show up, a reason to give, a reason to participate, life keeps moving through you. You do not become a memory while you are still breathing. You remain part of life. You remain part of a story. Meaning gives the heart permission to continue, and when the heart continues, the body follows. Ikigai is not about living long. It is about living well and living deeply right until your final breath. Thank you for listening to this soul-deep journey into Ikigai. If this touched your heart or gave you clarity, support us by liking this content, subscribing to English Amplify, and sharing your thoughts in the comments. We will continue transforming powerful books into simple understanding, so that you not only learn, but grow in your real life. English Amplify, where learning becomes transformation.